I am Maria Garcia de Fleury. José María Escrivá de Balaguer was born in Huesca, Spain on January 9, 1902. When he was about 13 years old, his family moved to Logroño, and there he felt God's call in a very peculiar way. One day in December, he saw some footprints in the snow of the bare feet of a religious. At that moment, he thought about God. He thought about what would be the call that God wanted to make him. His intuition, and through his prayer life, he thought that it was easier to know what God wanted for him if he became a priest. So he entered the seminary in Logroño and then in Zaragoza. His father insisted that he should have a civil career, so he studied law as a free student and graduated as a lawyer. He was ordained a priest on March 28, 1925. His first job was in rural parishes. In 1927, he moved to Madrid with the permission of his bishop to obtain a doctorate in law, at the same time that he worked with the poor and in the neighborhoods and the sick in the hospitals. He began the process of founding Opus Dei. In 1928, he founded Opus Dei for men, and in 1930 for women. By 1933, he founded an academy that taught law and architecture. Christian training talks were organized for groups of university students. He developed what is known as the life plan to achieve personal sanctification in the midst of daily life. This plan includes that every day the person participates in Mass, takes Holy Communion, prays the Angelus, the Rosary, does some spiritual reading, visits the Blessed Sacrament, and does some mortification for the love of God. This was explained in a book published in 1934 called Spiritual Considerations, which was republished under the name of Camino. He lived through the Spanish Civil War in 1936. In 1939, he returned to Madrid and dedicated himself to conducting spiritual exercises for laity, priests, and religious. In 1943, José María Escrivá found a legal solution to include secular priests in Opus Dei and founded the Priestly Society of the Holy Cross. Always with a desire for personal improvement, he settled in Rome in 1946 and studied for a doctorate in theology at the Lateran University. There he founded the supernumerary section for married people and the cooperators of Opus Dei. Due to his capacity and dedication, he was appointed consultant to two Vatican congregations, an honorary member of the Pontifical Academy of Theology, and honorary prelate of His Holiness. That is why they called him Monsignor. He traveled through Europe, South America, Central America, and Spain, establishing and consolidating Opus Dei. Saint Josemaria said that everyone should follow the path that God has marked out for them with fidelity, with love, even if it costs, because happiness on earth for a person is identified with his fidelity to faith, to purity, and to the path that the Lord has marked for him. He spoke explicitly of marriage and family as a path that leads to God. With a weak health that has accompanied him for many years, he passed away in Rome on June 26, 1975. Saint Josemaría Escrivá de Balaguer taught that in the midst of our daily activities, we can achieve holiness if we keep our eyes on God, because with God, we always win.